and lived there for 4 years. And when we left for Kenya, my parents were getting ready to retire and asked if they should keep any of it. And I said, no, sell it all. I'm going to live in Kenya the rest of my life. And, God has different plans for you. So we lived there 4 years, came back for the birth of our youngest son, and he had health issues and needed a breathing machine and couldn't fly and couldn't live in a remote setting. And so all of a sudden, I was sitting in this dark hospital room and I had bills to pay and I wasn't sure how my son was going to do health wise. And I didn't have a house to live in. My job was ending because I couldn't move back to Kenya. We were living in a house provided by one of our supporting churches. I was driving a car provided by one of our supporters, and all of that was going to end. And that was a miserable place to be, right? That's a low point. And as a father, I felt like I wasn't providing for my family. Even more so, I felt like they really deserved more, and I was letting them down. And so, man, it was in that moment I committed that I was going to be a full-time buy and hold investor. I had no money. My job was ending. So I wasn't going to have any income. I had no way to borrow money from banks, but I just committed to it. And I went out and I just started telling people, right? And an interesting thing happened where over and over, when I would make those statements and tell people what I was going to do, I would hear similar responses where they would say, I always wanted to do that. I wish I could do that. I almost bought a rental a few years ago. Of course, people always say, I love those shows on HGTV. The numbers are amazing, right? And I realized there was this opportunity where I could help them get into real estate by being a lender, and they could be just like the bank and be the lender in my deals, and I could buy the rentals that I wanted. And so that's how I got my start.